Okay, great. 1 minute more, just checking where our other speaker is. So there may be Mr. Jayanta Das for some reason has not gotten back to us. So then I think Anu, it's just you. I think you're the main speaker for the event. Anyway, it's 4 p.m. in London, 11 o'clock in New York, 9:30 in India, and we're just getting started. Today's talk is about discussions about apparel manufacturing. We have people from all over the world who have tuned in. Great to see that we've got people from everywhere. But more than that, this is going to be recorded and will be seen again. The whole idea of our discussions are for people to connect, to meet, to interact, and obviously do business. So with not wasting any more time, I'm going to connect you with Anu. Hi Anu, how are you?
Yes, hi Tarun, how are you?
Good, good. So I mean, do you want to just start introducing yourself and then we can go with the questions and everything later on?
Yeah, sure. This is I am Anu Chadha and I'm the founder and managing director of 3A Clothing Company. My company is based in India. It's in the industrial belt, which is called Gurgaon, and we make accessories and one-size garments. We do a lot of shrugs and kaftans. Uh, Besides that, we have just recently started making soft furnishing for hotels and doing their uniforms as well. The company is was established way back in '95, but actively it started in 2005. So let's say it's been about 14 years, and our graph has shown constant. It's been going on upwards, and very happy. And primarily being a woman owner, I employ mostly women. So we are a socially conscious company and believe a lot in gender equality. And I think those are it's paying off because in my company I can see that it's becoming sustainable. And we are a small to medium company and working with Europe and making all these beautiful accessories, like I said, scarves and bags and belts and the kaftans and now the soft furnishing. Yeah. So yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the discussion very interactive. So if anybody else wants to speak or throw in a few questions, I think that's going to be interactive and a little more fun that way. So if anyone wants to like throw in some questions, then we can all bounce back some ideas and then obviously get into the more serious stuff that we want to discuss. So if anyone wants to speak, please feel free to just send a message or just directly try and communicate. So Anu, back to you. Would you want to make your presentation? Or sorry, Antiko, I see you. Would you like to say something?
Sorry, but I'm here right now, so I didn't hear very much.
Okay, so today's discussion is on apparel manufacturing. Our focus is on India today. We're talking with a lot of Indian manufacturers. We actually had the head of the Indian Textile Association, India Trade, was supposed to join us, but unfortunately he cannot be reached. But regardless, we're going to still continue. And we're just going to have people talk with each other, bounce ideas and, take it from there. So Anu is our chief, our main speaker for today's event. She was just speaking about her production unit, a woman entrepreneur from Delhi. And would you like to maybe, Anu, start with your presentation and then we can take it from there?
Yeah, so I can show what we are up to, and it's kind of lovely to be sharing it with you. So there we go. And I'm going to share with you some of the products I'm doing. So here we go. So I do a lot of these accessories, like I said. So we are trying to connect a lot of artisans with design, with technology, and trying to create a good marriage. This helps in getting the artisans, uh, more visibility and a better life. And that's one of the very most important things in my company. So these are the scarves we're doing. This is recycled wool. So as you can see, a lot of this is printed, and it's printed on screens which are handled by, we try to have mostly a lot of women who work for us, but most of the screen jobs are done by men, which is okay. You can see that we do these scarves, which the collection is made for either autumn winter, where we use recycled wool. This is a digitally printed wool scarf. Um, or yeah, this again, it's a printed scarf. This is a solid one, and we could blend it with wool with some acrylic. And we also do smaller quantities, so we have a lot of emerging designers also come to us. And since we are in the system, so we try to encourage them and make them collections so that they can become bigger, and then we already make a network with them. So these are our prints here. This is our animal theme, or we could have checks on our scarves, and these are woven on tiny looms by weavers in villages. And like you would see here, this is also it's also woven. This is printed, yeah. So, or you could see these. This is more like thicker wool, and then and this is the softer, thinner wool, yeah. This is boiled wool, where we have first printed it, and then we boil the wool, and um, it becomes kind of more denser and then warmer, and they look just absolutely gorgeous. So it's our way of actually getting a lot of women to work on our collections, because like I said, being a woman owner, I feel that it's good to have more women standing on their feet, or taking care of their families, being the breadrunners, because a lot of women go through flack. So just doing our accessories, we are also helping raising a lot of employment. So as you can see, this is our beautiful, absolutely terrific collection. This is the scarf mask, the collar. This is again a scarf which has been made, and it's a unisex, worn both by men and women. Or we do this knitted scarves where the women could be, this is machine knitted, but a lot of our stuff is also done by hand knit, the thicker ones, where the women weave them or take out the tassels. And so this is our scarf collection for autumn winter, which is 21. We also, besides this, we do bags, where again, like I say, the artisans who were earlier making ropes had no work, and they were feeling very inconsequential. They were feeling like invisible, I would say. And then the design and technology merged with what their skill is, and these ropes were converted into macrame bags. So these are all these beautifully handmade macrame bags. Um, and this is yeah, this is well woven. This is again hand knitted. So then we give them the yarn, and then they weave the bags, and they come back to us, and then we get all these leather strings made, and the trend is it's going so well, and this has stopped a lot of their children leaving the villages, because now they are making money. So it's like tech is an enabler. So it's combination of artisanal strengths with technology, is what I'm trying to show you. And so this is what we're doing. Then some of the hand beaded stuff. This is done on tiny little uh, frames. So this is made, and I think it looks gorgeous. Just about adds zest and beauty to anything, any garment you're wearing. So this is our again the shopping bags we do, which could be used while shopping or while going to offices or while on the beach. Yeah. So this is the collection which we are doing, and as I told you, my company is 3A Clothing. So if you go on the website, which is mentioned there on the Zoom introduction, you will be able to connect to me, and I will be very happy to make some things for you. Um, so this is our collection of bags, and here if you see, we do the same print on the bag and then the same print on the scarf. So it like just adds a lot of zest to life. Some of our hats and some of our beaded bags. So this is what we do, and mm, I would be very happy to show you my mask collection, because this is something which we started in during the COVID times. But prior to that, these are the kaftans which we do. Um, and all these tassels, as you can see, these are again done by the women artisans, or the girls who are employed by me in the company. So they would do all this. This is some printed, digitally printed kaftans and tunics. Yeah, and this is done with embroidery, and this is a blend of silk with modals. And yeah, so we do all these, and we are selling to Europe, and so it's going well. So this is our beach collection. It's again digitally printed in a viscose. So yeah, uh, yeah. So yes, Tarun.
Thank you so much. So just to get back to some people in the audience, Mr. Antico, how are you doing? Would you like to tell us more about what you do, and then we can start talking to other people as well, and then we can bounce back some ideas.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me introduce my mill. That is an ancient mill of Italy, producing silk textile. Unfortunately, we are much more closer with the upholstery, not for fashion. But sometimes due to the quality, due to our quality, some famous Italian and abroad brand ask for something. So we produce since 1789. So we have 220 years old.
Oh, wow, that's incredible.
Is a tradition of more than 2 centuries. And what we produce damask or lampas or lisare or brocatel. Unfortunately, I repeat, not for fashion, but for upholstery. But we are in textile field since 1789, as I told you. I can show you something if you want to see our gorgeous. Let me check. Where is it? Where is it? No, it's not this one. I can find. Should be one of these. or this. This is a collection of linen and cotton, but we can find also we are more than 32,000 of design, so it's quite difficult to. This is made for a China casino in Macau. Last new. This is silk. This is also silk. These are the damask.
Antico has to do the sharing, screen sharing. Are you able to see, Tarun?
Sorry?
Would you like to share your screen, Antico?
Oh, because you cannot see?
No, we need you to share your screen.
Oh, let me check. Oh. Mm-hmm. This is Zoom. Hold on. It's not so easy. It's complicated. A lot of password.
At the bottom of your screen, there's a share screen button. You'll see.
Yeah, but with the Mac, you have to have the authorization. So you have to go to privacy and then.
Ah, I see.
Okay, hold on.
Just in the meantime, Mr. Philtex Moda, would you like to say something? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Turkey.
Okay.
So we are a design house, also manufacturer based in Turkey, in Istanbul, since 2010. We work with our main customers, Zara Men, Zara Kids. So we basically do 30 to 40% of the knitwork, t-shirts, sweatshirts, workers, jackets, pants, and so on. I think Mr. Serko is sharing his screen now.
Yes.
So go back to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it would be nice if everyone like chats with each other and then, we can all discuss. And then, I'm just looking there. There are quite a few interesting people on the panel. So I'm just going to go through each one of them, individually. But let's go with Antico and then we'll come back to you. And there's a bunch of questions I want to ask each one of you all as well.
Yeah, sounds good.
I got some problem here. Maybe you can show now. You can see. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Okay. Okay, this is one of our lampas. It's 12 colors in weft, and it's one of our masterpiece, of course. And the price now is around 500 euros per meter, height 140. More. This is a modern, as I told you, this is a modern silk and linen fabric. This is the coordination of the other. But let me show you some of our damask. This is a silk and cotton damask. This is another modern 100% silk. We have more than, as I told you, 32,000 of design. So there is a long story because we have a background of 220 years. So our archive are gorgeous and so large that we can keep from the archive every day. And I think our archive is one of the largest archive in Europe. This is not another damask, the red one. And this is made for famous houses around the world, like White House, like Kremlin, or Palace of Parliament of in Rome, and also for the Pope. We designed some clothing for the Pope for the in the year 2000 for John Paul II. And of course, we have 12 people designer, and we have a small mill, let's say 10 looms, all jacquard looms, of course. And more or less that's it. I have a lot of design, so I can stay here all the night to show you.
Just Antico, just one quick question I want to ask you, then I want to get to the
let me give you first my name. That is Andrew, so okay. It's better because Antico is the name of the mill.
Okay, okay, fine, Andrew, right. So just one quick question. So who would you say are your buyers? Are they apparel manufacturers, or are you selling directly to brands?
No. We now, since 2018, we start to distribute directly to the final client.
Okay.
Because I don't want to have. We worked for 40 years with the editors, the so-called editors, but I don't want to work with the editors anymore. And so now we distribute all around the world. I'm looking also for distributorship agreement in some place. If someone is interested, we can organize also something, because as we sell all over the world, we are looking now for agents or something like that that could help us to distribute our product.
That's exactly what Fashionablyin does as a company, and I'll get to that later. But now, just to get to so we can just get everyone else to speak as well. So Mr. Burke, is that right? Mr.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
So so you said you're based in Turkey and you're an apparel manufacturer from Turkey?
That's correct, yes. So we work with like fast fashion brands such as Zara, Pull & Bear. We work with Topshop, Topman, and so forth. Who else we work with? Let me see. We work with Reserved. So we do apparel. Our specialty is menswear mainly. The strongest categories will be t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, pants, and workers, basically. So we work out from a huge factory with 300 plus workers. What else can I say? We have an in-house design team. So we have like 10 fashion designers and graphic designers. We design in-house and we manufacture as well.
just a few questions I want to ask you, if that's okay, right?
Of course.
So the first question would be is, what is your company's relationship with the UK market? Are you currently selling to the UK market?
Look,
Or?
currently, I'm in talks with 2 companies in UK. Previously, we worked with Topshop, Topman.
Yeah, but they're in administration right now, sadly.
That's right. Good. Previously, we worked with them, but at the moment, we work with 2 companies. But they're agents, both of them. They're not like a direct brands. I talk with Boohoo Man. I don't know if you know them, obviously. They were going to come visit.
Very price. What's this called? Sensitive. Boohoo is.
That's right. Yeah.
You have to be ready to. You have to be ready to pay. You have to be ready to sell at no margin.
I know that. We figured that out. So we're talking, we get them some prices. They ask for like a less and less and less. We get, and we came to the point that we make no profit. They said this won't work for us. And try to get a hold of ASOS, but somehow couldn't contact them. I sent so many emails and stuff. And I know the fact that ASOS, they're working with a lot of factories in Turkey.
Yes.
Because on their website you can see the list of the companies they work with, but I couldn't get a hold of anyone from ASOS. I use LinkedIn, send messages, send emails to their websites, but no response so far. But ASOS is pretty price conscious as well, I think. Yeah. So
just about now, just getting back to COVID-19, would you feel that your business has been impacted in a big way, or has your business grown, or what do you have to say about the pandemic?
We fulfilled 1 million piece order for Zara last week, so we have no problem with that manufacturing side of things.
Okay, so your business, everything is fine. And what is next for your company moving forward? What is next for your company? Like what are you looking at focusing on?
Look, we're looking to expand our business because we have the capacity, and now we're opening up another factory in Turkey, in the east, with 300 plus workers. Right? We work with Zara. We do a lot of stuff with Zara, Pull&Bear, but we like to expand our country. I mean, companies that we work with. I try to reach Zalando. We send them some stuff, waiting for response. So basically, we have the capacity. We have the designer team, manufacturing ability. So our sampling times are like 3 to 6 days, and order times are 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah. So we have the capacity. I'm just trying to source new clients basically at the moment.
Last question for you, and then we're going to move on back to Anu. Any words of wisdom that you'd like to share? Any experience or any ideas that you'd like to tell other people? Maybe students or anyone else who'd watch this in the future?
Let me think about it and get back to you. Try to talk.
Okay. Now moving to Anu. Are you there, Anu?
Yes.
Okay, so now, I mean, we've seen what you've done. Fabulous woman entrepreneur, great stuff. I think where everyone's really excited. So just one question would be, if you could go back and give yourself and your company one piece of advice at the beginning, what would it be?
Well, let me tell you something. As we are growing in our businesses, and especially when we become entrepreneurs, because let's understand, entrepreneurs feel that they're going to change the world. They're going to make something drastic, something absolutely which others haven't done. And it'll, that's the way they think and of scaling. So if I would look back, I would say that I don't want to advise myself, because at that point of time, what I did and how I did was the best way I understood, and the best according to the environment and policies. So if I talk today about what I could have and should have done, I think that would not be honoring myself. So, but however, trends keep changing every decade. So we have to move on. And I would say that with my knowledge and with the kind of potential and like I said, the environment I had, I I would say I did a I did a reasonable job, and I'm happy to be here today, and still feeling very creative, and because I feel that creativity is the bottom line in my business, because I am in the fashion business. So as the weather is getting cold, as we feel that the pandemic is receding, as we feel that some countries are coming up with some vaccines, I feel that still that creativity is the key to any business, and you have to be creative even in the worst. So I have nothing to say to my what I did well with whatever I did at that point of time. So I don't want to advise myself anything, and I
So,
can only advise my future, not what I did. Yeah.
so the next question is, what role do you think social media plays in the fashion and lifestyle B2B world today? Obviously, social media is very important in B2C, but in B2B, what do you have to say is what do you think the role of social media is in the B2B business?
See, social media gets you a lot of recognition in the B2B business, because even when you do B2C or you are in social media, you're in your on your LinkedIn's and your Twitters and the Facebook pages that we create to enhance and scale the business. So social media is definitely, it gets you a lot of visibility, but end of the day, um, what really kind of gets you the bigger business is not social media for me, at least in my business. It's good B2C because I'm on Amazon, I'm on Flipkart, I'm on some sites, where I'm trying to sell. But end of the day, for B2B business, it's your network, it's how much they trust you, it's how quick you are, how price conscious you are. So that's how it helps. So I would say that social media just gets you visibility, gets you the network. But end of the day, to sustain them, you uh, need to have your own attributes. Yeah.
So how does your company approach social media? And I want to ask you that question as well, because you're a mill, and I want to ask Burke, I want to ask you that question as well, just to know how you guys are getting into social media in today's time.
Yeah. Well, to get into social media, it's like we have a very good design team who does our website, and we kind of put our collections there for the buyers to see. And then we are on LinkedIn, and we keep letting them know what is our, how do we kind of perceive our company, what is our personal statement. So then it's like, you're attracting the right people because they feel that their personal statement and yours is matching. And that's how they come to you. And yeah. Mhm.
And what about Burke? Well, how would you say your
Look,
company?
I would say we're not utilizing on the social media enough. We're just starting on that. So today, actually, we met up with new media team. They're gonna do some videos and photos for our social media. We don't use Instagram as much. We started using on LinkedIn. To be honest, the two UK companies that I'm talking with, they are through LinkedIn inquiries. LinkedIn, I think, is a very strong tool if you share good stuff there. You can utilize on that, I believe. Yeah, that's about it. But we're not utilizing on that enough, I don't think. But LinkedIn is the top, I think, social media I would use.
And Andrew, what about you? What about your company and social
Yeah.
media? How are you guys
We
started?
are not used to use social media because you have to touch, you have to see. And so you know, it's important that you use your hands. So social media is just a message for our company, just for our new fair that we gonna participate, or that's it. We don't use very much social media because our product you have to touch, and so you cannot give only messages in the air, and our message is a message that you have to share with the people, and to share with the people means mm, to touch the products.
But now with trade shows and other ways of and business being more virtual, how are you targeting that? Are you sending more samples to your customers, or
Yes,
how are you?
of course. After first touch, I mean, the first contact is, of course, by email or whatever, because we have also this small showroom here that we are located in the south of Italy, close to Naples. And of course, this is our our business center, the showroom. Then, after the first contact, we have a lot of frame that we send directly in 24 hours to the client all over the world by DHL, of course. And after this, you can have the feedback from the client on the quality, on the colors, etc. So this is the way that we are now trading.
Okay, does anybody else want to ask any questions? I see some other people online. Does anybody want to say anything or ask anything? Please, please go ahead. Okay, I guess there was no one on that. So the next question for Anu would be, where would you like to grow your business, and which markets and which segments?
Me
Where I
first?
would, Mhm.
Sorry, the lady first.
See, currently, I work in Europe, and we are building the US market because my daughter is there. Um, I think this is a safe place for us. It's a place, it's where we enjoy working. I within Europe, I work a lot in Scandinavia, and for me, it's almost like second home. So this is what I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that during the pandemic times, we are still trying to sustain what we have. And I think that's in itself an achievement. Um, Having said that, the products, which, like I said, creativity is, you have to create even out of the worst situations. So since creativity is our strong point, so then a couple of segments we are delving in is the soft furnishing. Yeah, so I'm working with I not with many, but I started working with trying to do the soft furnishing for a fort in Rajasthan, and we are going to be doing their first the 100 rooms to start with, doing the soft furnishing for them. They are price conscious, so we have to be creative. Again, we have to be creative so that we are able to fall within their price brackets and yet do something which is really makes the place look alive, whatever they have given us to design. Um, that's a new segment for me, and also doing some uniforms. That is again a segment which we are assessing, because today everybody in every industry, whether it's a soft industry or whether it's a heavy industry, everybody needs uniforms. So we are looking at that. So these are two segments, the new ones. Besides our accessories, we love doing our shawls and scarves and the boiled wools and the bags. So and pulling up the artisans and creating a good life and creating some social impact. Yeah.
And what about COVID? Has COVID impacted your business as well? What would you say? How have you turned around your strategy? What has been your growing and moving factor?
You know what? We during the COVID times, I saw something which I'd never imagined from my colleagues and staff in the company. Um, we did not have to lay off anybody. And in India, we've had huge lockdowns. So we started making out of all the, the leftover fabrics we had from a long time. Our guard in the office, the guy who was stationed there and got up in the lockdown, um, two things very interesting happened. One was that, the guard, who's actually supposed to be just a watchman for the company, he started skilling himself on the machine, on the stitching machine. And today, I'm very proudly say that my God is making a lot of. He kind of, how he started, why he sat on the machine was because, like I said, we had all this leftover fabric. So he started showing me through his phone, through his smartphone, and I would select and then give him a size, and he started making masks. So we created a campaign of 100,000 masks, overnight, and that was our first step to fighting for our business and for the employment of the people in the business during COVID times. So much so that our story has hit the US and other forums, and we got the United Nations. We got this pandemic response COHAB award. This is a joint. This is an award given by the MIT Biotech Initiative and the Millipore Sigma in Germany. So together, these people have given us an award for our story and our how we established this mask business. How it really kind of made headway when nobody was even allowed to step out of their homes. So we started making the masks. Area is there are a lot of people who are staying around there, so they would just take the fabric from him, whichever way. We don't want to get into the nitty-gritties of that, but in a very safe way. And the mask was made. We even took a license for making, all these PPE kits. So the factory was opened up, and then started this lovely campaign of our masks and winning the awards. So very happy to say that the COVID times have been times of resilience for our company. Yeah.
Now, I want to ask the same question to Mr. Burke and Andrew. I'm going to start with Mr. Andrew first. Which are the markets that you want to target, and which are the segments that you want to focus on? Like which countries?
Let me with the COVID, of course. Now we are thinking about 2022, because next year I think that nothing will change. The vaccine.
I hope things will change. I'm kind of hopeful.
No. Believe me. So we are ready for 2022, and our goal is East and Far East. So for a long time, we distribute our products in Europe, US, Canada, of course, and also in some part of Emirates. But now we want to have a look at China, India, Korea, Japan, all the Far East. And even if houses and palaces are completely different from Europe, I think there is a part of interest of our products also in the contract business. Let's say 5, 6, and 7 stars hotel, and maybe the situation in the Far East is growing up much more rapidly than in Europe. So I think that now Europe is closed and is standing, viewing, seeing what will happen in the future. This is the truth. And let me also say that Europe is quite complicated in this moment because laws. I mean, there are a lot of laws that control. You say United Europe, but it's not united. I don't know if you can understand. So each country has their own laws, and you don't have a free market. Yes, you have euro that you pay the same in France or in Germany or in whatever, Denmark or whatever, but the market is not a free market. It's quite complicated. It's quite full of bureaucracy, and a lot of people who are in the parliament in Brussels that the control of the bureaucracy. It's not easy for us to make business in this situation. This is why we decided to have our look at the East and the Far East, because maybe it's easier than in Europe. But let's say 80% of our revenues are made in Europe and in the US. So, of course, we are jointly with the old continent. But I repeat, from 2022, I think that our market should be the East and the Far East.
Okay, that's great. And Mr. Burke, what about you? Where are you focusing on? Which are your target markets?
Well, target markets are Germany, the UK, and the US, the three markets. And I think in mid 2021, I'm hoping the apparel industry will boom. That's what I'm thinking, because it's stalling at the moment. Everyone's holding back, and everyone's gonna go crazy, and they're gonna go shopping. That's my opinion.
When are you saying it? Next 2021?
Mid 2021.
I agree with you. I'm 100% agree with you. I think by closer to summer next year, we're looking at everything bouncing back. You know,
100%, yeah.
Knock on wood.
Because yeah, as I said, everyone's holding back at the moment, and then everyone's gonna go crazy.
Okay, so I just want to ask the audience over here, does anyone have any questions? If you don't want to come on video, you can come on audio. You can ask our three panelists right now, Mr. Burke, Andrew, and Mrs. Anu, any questions you would like? Because please don't be shy. This is all about interacting and connecting.
Come on, guys, you can do it.
Okay, I think someone wants to share their products.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because there we have a few questions. Oh, 1 second. So we're gonna just put some last questions in. I don't know if someone's, there's no point sharing if we can't talk to the person, but Mr. Andrew, what would be any words of wisdom that you'd like to share to someone who's listening to this, or someone in the future who'd see this Zoom call, the webinar, something that you'd like to share with people?
Not now. Not now.
And Anu, any words of wisdom that you'd like to share?
Well, I would say, I would say that, you know.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Priya, we'll get to you in a minute. Let's just finish with Anu first. Yeah.
So, you know, after experiencing this pandemic situation, I just feel that, you know, that real stories really happen when you pause and when you rethink about where you want to go forward, about the worst, in the worst, how creative you can be during the worst of times. So those are the real stories which come forth, the stories of resilience, stories of not giving up. It's about business, it's about life. So real stories come from there, and I would say pause and rethink of how you want to go forward in business, in life, and
And life especially.
in life especially. Yes, yes. Yeah.
I think we've got a designer collective would like to say something. Designer
Hi,
collective, sorry.
y- yeah, hi, this is Asia from Pakistan, and I have a small design house and I do bespoke suits and dresses and all, and very badly affected by COVID, obviously. We had to close down operations for 6 months and pay our artisans and our tailors and everybody sitting at home. So we're looking at maybe starting, small. Um, we're trying to start off. I was trying to sort of with my winter suits and all. Um, from and again, COVID has struck us down, and people are not coming out. People are not buying. So let's hope for better times. And I've worked with the Milani's Italian designer, and I've done hand embroidery on her outfits, which were used in the Milan Fashion Week in 2018. But somehow, this whole last year, it's been a total disconnect with the whole world. I do small lots. I do bespoke things, not more than 6 to 12. And anyone, I mean, I would like to be connected with small companies who are interested in smaller lots. And I deal in a lot of hand embroidery. It could be thread, silk thread, or it could be gold, silver, whatever. It's typically South Asian, Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi embroidery. And then I do suits. I do bespoke suits in Pakistan, which is very unusual. And I have a small niche market, which I've been dealing with for the last, say, 30 years. My label has been there. And my Instagram page is Asya Sail. I can just write it out for everyone. And I would love to be connected with people who have smaller orders. It's very doable. The Italian designer sent me her pattern and the fabric, and we did the embroidery, and we sent it back to Milan to her. And she stitched it in Italy, and it was part of her finale. So I'll put up the two pictures of the two outfits also. You'll get an idea.
I'm just
It
sorry to
was
interrupt you. We got a message from Fashion Avenue News. I don't know if you would like to speak. Fashion Avenue News is saying, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to speak. Hello. Can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sophia
Hi.
Davis. I'm from Fashion Avenue News. And I buy for boutiques here in New York.
Wow.
And so I'm looking for small lots, like people that do small lots and things like that.
The designer that I worked with in Italy, her name is Francesca, and she used to work for Tommy Hilfiger, and I think she was part of New York Fashion Week, the last one that you had, the actual one. Not this year, I think end of last year.
Oh,
Her
great.
name is Francesca Liberator. She's an Italian designer, young designer, and she's a graduate from the um, London St. Martin's School of Fashion, School of Art. So you should check out my Instagram page. I'm very active on it. Because that's the only way to communicate right now. I mean, there's no other way to communicate. People cannot come, they cannot feel, they cannot look, they cannot. I mean, it has to be very, very image restricted. Image is everything. What they see is if they want it. So I do smaller lots and would love to work with you. If you go to my page, it'll give you an idea of all the kind of things that I do. which can be done, because I myself am trained in London. I have had my brand for the last 28 years. I just celebrated my 28th business birthday. So I've been working for a long, long time, and I do smaller lots, I do bespoke, I do couture, I do specialized high-end stuff. And high-end stuff cannot be in volumes. It has to be smaller volumes. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Sorry to
And
interrupt you. And so Fashion Avenue, can you just tell us more about yourself? I think everyone's very keen to know more about what you're doing.
Okay. Well, my name is Sophia Davis.
Okay.
I'm located in New York City, right in Times Square. So that's kind of like the heart of New York City with a ball drop. I'm right across the street from that. I buy for luxury boutiques. So they buy in small lots. They don't buy in volume. Sometimes it's, 6 pieces. Sometimes it's 3. It's not a lot of volume, but it's different boutiques. So, I'm always looking for, design houses, manufacturers, fabrics, things like that, because, they're always looking, for Fashion Week, because they do Fashion Week. So they're looking for the Fashion Week and, that specific client and stuff like that. So that's kind of what, Fashion Avenue News does. And that's kind of what I do. And that's why I'm on the call, because I wanted to make some connections, around the world, and because I'm here in New York City, and like everything, of course, is shut down. So everybody's kind of like, like she said, oh, that's beautiful. Like she said, it's everybody's doing things either Instagram, and my Instagram, I'm going to put it up, but it's Fashion Avenue News. If you look, you'll see my Instagram and stuff like that. So that's what I'm interested in.
Okay, so just a quick question. Are you interested in also looking at working with factories and like bigger factories, like maybe Mr. Burke's factory or Andrew's factory in Italy? Are you also looking at maybe becoming a sales rep, or are you focused on small quantities and the luxury market only?
Well, that might be a possibility of being a sales rep when things open up, because I do know a lot of boutiques and I have a lot of connections. I've been in the fashion business over 30 years. So I have a lot of connections. I do the Fashion Week. I actually used to do New York, London, Paris, and Milan every year. But then, I stopped as the internet took over. You didn't have to do it as much. So I would certainly be interested in exploring that possibility.
Okay, that's great. No, it's just good to know. So then I could connect you with more companies, because I think today a lot of, like Mr. Andrew said, that he was interested in sales agents who would want to rep his company, our company, Fashionablyin. We focus on connecting companies with sales agents and looking at growing their business globally. So just anything else? I mean, we've got the last 2 minutes. So I think, does anybody else want to say something or connect? Mr. Burke, Mr. Andrew, anything would you like to share, or anyone else? Please feel free.
That's fine. I have nothing to say. Thank you, guys.
And Mr. Andrew, anything? Anu?
No, I think fashionably.com, which you guys are doing, that they're doing a great job. Thank you very much for bringing us all together today, Tarun. After having met you, always felt that you had the spark.
I'm so sorry. I think Priya wants to speak. Priya, would you like to speak? Please go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Actually, we are the manufacturers of the ladies' garments, and we have a company in New Delhi. So we were looking for the sellers who deal in selling the ladies' garments like saris, gowns, or anything, whatever is the need, we manufacture it. Due to the COVID, the company is quite affected from the last 6 to 7 months. So regarding that, I had an option that maybe we can find a good seller in this meeting So I will request you, I have shared my details in the chat, and I was the one who was sharing the images of the gowns as well as the suits. So I will be really appreciated if anyone in need will contact me. Thank you so much.
That's great. And just to conclude everything, I'm so glad everyone was here. Our main objective, obviously, has always been connecting people in the fashion business. We run a show in London twice a year. Hopefully, we'll be able to do it in July. I'm crossing my fingers every day that we can do our show back in July. Because our business was really affected, and that's why we've pretty much come to Zoom, getting everyone like this. But we're more a trade show, and we've been running it in London for the last few years. We do it in central London. Actually, Anu was there at our last show, so she got an idea to see how we connect companies, and it's not Premier Vision, it's not one of the big shows, but it's a more controlled where we organize meetings, and it's more. I mean, we make sure that all our participants, whichever part of the business they're in, they get value, they meet contacts, and they have meetings. That's what we do. And anything else? Sophia, would you like to say anything else to conclude?
Yeah, just I would say that it was lovely seeing you all, and really I like your decision for this Zoom meeting, and I think it would affect our business. It will grow our business, and we will in future contact as soon as possible.
And Sophia, anything that you'd add about the? Are you there, Sophia?
Yes, I'm here.
No, because I just want to add something. Everyone that I speak to in the business, they always say one thing, that they want to grow their business in America. Everyone says the same thing to me. America, America, America. I want to grow my business in America. I want to grow my business in America. So I mean, so you're like in demand right now. Any advice that you'd give all of us over here?
Yes, well, I would tell them to contact me, and I'll help as much as I can. I'll do whatever I can. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to connect them with different people. I have a massive press list. I have a massive designer list because, like I said, I've been in the business over 30 years. So all the Madison Avenue designers and stuff like that, I usually have their information, and I can certainly do a mailing, an email to them to connect them with a manufacturer, or something. Like if someone's a manufacturer, I can do an email like that, to quite a few of them. And then I also have the small boutiques that, they buy small lots, but, because it's luxury, but I can certainly connect them with that and stuff like that. I'm happy to help. I put my phone number and my email there, and they can go to my website and see what we do. We also publish a magazine with over 700,000 followers. And,
Wow.
yeah, we can certainly, blast. I mean, we can blast out information and stuff like that. We've been, like I said, in the business so long. That's why we have so much followers and stuff as far as the magazine is concerned. And we do print and digital. So I'm happy to help.
Thank you so much. And I think it's time up right now. If anybody wants to say anything to end with, and then be safe and God bless. Anyone want to say anything?
Thank you everyone for joining. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for organizing this. It was good to be part of this group.
Thank you very much to all. I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you do this again. It was very informative.
So we've got a lot of shows coming up. We have different events. So our next one is on next week on Thursday, but that's focused on kids wear. So we take a different segment every week, which we focus on. So this was obviously apparel manufacturing, but then again, it went to fabrics, it went to couture. So whatever, at the end of the day, it's the same thing that we're doing. But our next week is more focused on kids wear.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.